Hey, I'm here at Optibike headquarters in Boulder, Colorado with the founder, Jim Turner, and I've had a chance to ride several of these beautiful bikes. He's going to give me a quick walkthrough here and talk about some of the exciting stuff they're working on. So let's look at this one first over here. It's really pretty. Tell me about this.
This is our Helia. It's a woman-specific model.
Wow.
And this is actually a custom paint job done by Gunslinger Paints that does Harley-Davidson's bikes. So these are incredible. This is actually over 20 hours of airbrushing to do those roses.
Wow.
So we have a lot of amazing designs that they do.
Okay, and how about this one over here? This has another fancy paint job going on here.
Yeah, this is actually a historic bike. This is an OB1 that we produced in 07, 08. And this bike was actually at the Academy of Sciences for 1 year, then it was extended to 2 years. It was one of the most viewed displays at the California Academy of Sciences.
Wow.
And this was also painted by Gunslinger, one of their custom paint jobs that they designed. So we've done quite a few of these over the years, and they're very exciting.
Okay, and hey, this one, I'm familiar with this. Is the R8, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the R8. This is what kind of started it all, the original Optibike.
Awesome.
And this is a 750 watt bike with a 26 amp hour, 37 volt battery.
That's just amazing. And this one, you've actually got the sort of enhanced range edition here with that battery on the back.
Yeah, that's got the touring battery. It's really popular with our customers. That doubles the range. So this bike, by itself, in eco mode, will go 20 miles an hour for 5 hours. So you get a 100-mile range, and that's if you're riding on the flat ground without you doing any pedaling.
And look at these lights. That's awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed riding this. These things offer a ton of torque, and it's kind of got the mid-drive system you were talking about. 750 watts is awesome. The oversized disc brakes, the fenders. I mean, these are really iconic bikes. I've seen them, on the internet or other websites and stuff. It's amazing to see them in person and get a chance to ride them. But there's more than just this sort of what would you call this frame style here?
Well, this is our classic Optibike frame. This
classic
is what
frame. Okay.
We started with, and
it's like custom fabbed here and everything, but I want to see the shop, and I want to see the other projects you're working on, because I know you've got some special things happening. Let's do it.
So all our bikes are made here in America. They're all assembled here in Boulder, Colorado.
Awesome.
All the Optibike parts that we design and make are made in the U.S., and that's the frame, the motorized bottom bracket, that's a proprietary patented design, our controllers we make. The batteries are assembled here in the U.S. They're our design. So everything we do, we make here. We obviously buy forks and bicycle components that are made other places.
And I'm told you guys have just awesome software that senses sort of how the motor's doing and is designed to kind of keep your bike from overheating or having any of those problems, because they're high performance stuff here.
Yeah, everything Optibike does is designed to be high performance, and we do have our patented derivative power control, and what that does is it senses when you shift or accelerate and gives you a boost of current.
Cool.
But then it manages it down so you don't waste power, so we get incredible range.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay, so this is really what I was talking about a minute ago. This is the sim-powered bike. Look at that. I had a chance to test ride this earlier. Everything is built right into that bottom bracket, right? And in fact, what is this?
You got to remind people the battery is in the bottom bracket. I've had so many people look at this for 5 minutes and then say, but where's the battery?
It's just amazing. So you've got a 500-watt motor, a battery, the controller. It's all in there, and it's like watertight. You said it's got like a sealed connector. It's just incredible, and it's really smooth. I really enjoyed this bike earlier. It's kind of neat to get the full tour on that thing. Man, and you said Q1 2014, maybe?
Yes, yeah. January 2014, we'll have these available. And these are called SIM, for Super Integrated Motorized Bottom Bracket.
Nice.
And we're going to have a variety of bikes available with the SIM. We'll have a 29-inch. We're going to have a fat tire bike initially. But the SIM is very easy to put into bicycle frames, so we'll have a lot more designs. We're working on a step-through design that's really easy.
Cool.
Because we've had a lot of customers in 70, 80-year-olds that need that ease of getting on.
Can't get the leg quite over that frame there. But I really like this one. It was set up pretty well for me. Can you just walk me around? Because all the parts, like look at this. This is the battery casing that actually slides up into the R8, the R11 that we were looking at earlier.
Yeah, so we have different areas where production is done. This is where we take the batteries and we assemble them. And this is our kind of a warranty area. So bikes come in. We've been selling bikes since 2006.
Awesome.
So we get bikes coming in for new batteries or retrofits or repairs.
And repairs, you have a warranty. Can you tell me about the frame and battery warranty?
Sure. We have a lifetime warranty on our frames.
Oh, wow.
Like I said. Yeah, they're made here in the States.
Awesome.
Our whole bike is warranted for 1 year, and then the battery for 3 years.
That's amazing. I can't even believe that. A lot of your batteries are lithium-ion cobalt, so they're higher energy density and really lightweight, which is just incredible. Oh, and that's the other thing. Earlier, I was talking to your son, Nicholas, and he was telling me about battery maintenance and wanting to be able to top the battery off like every month or two, just plugging it in, making sure that it's full, and that helps it last longer. Is that right?
Yeah, you don't want a battery to come completely discharged.
Uh-huh.
So usually 1 month or 3 months,
Okay.
you plug it in again.
Okay.
And with the modern lithium batteries, the battery management system is managing the batteries, so you don't have to worry about overcharging them and things that were in the past. And
Yeah.
the other thing that's important, a lot of people ask about, they remember NiCads that had a memory effect. And lithium batteries, lithium-ion cobalt doesn't have a memory effect.
Yeah.
So you can only discharge it half and charge it up. Some people are worried about that, but you can do any cycle.
Well, and again, is this another R8 right here, or is...
This is an R8.
This is an R8. Okay, so we're talking about like a 50-pound bike here.
These are about 60 pounds.
This one's about 60. Okay, with the fender and then
the dual suspension.
And it's got a pretty big battery, right? Like a 26 amp hour.
26 amp hour battery, 37 volt.
Okay, and then the NIM that we were looking at, or the SIM, sorry, was like around 40 pounds. So that battery technology, just keeping it lightweight. I'm a fan of that.
And that's a 13 amp hour. So the SIM has a battery that's half the size of a regular Optibike, and then it's got a 600-watt motor, and these have 750-watt motors.
Awesome, for the extremely high-powered climbing ability.
Yeah.
So any other thing? I saw like a whole pallet of like Fox shocks that got me excited earlier.
Yeah. So this is our motor assembly area.
Yeah.
So all these parts are machined to our spec, and we bring them in here and do QC and assemble them.
Yeah.
And testing. We'll go back to the testing area in a little while.
This is so cool.
We're looking at the Fox.
Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm like a kid in a candy shop here with these Fox forks. Oh my gosh.
All the roll-off wheels up there waiting to be going onto bikes. So we import the roll-off hub from Germany.
Oh, and that has the internally geared.
Yeah, so it's 14 speeds, and it has an incredible wide range. I think it's 4.25 to 1, so it's wider than any derailleur 3-sprocket setup.
Yeah.
And incredibly durable. We've never had one fail in the 4 years we've been using them.
It's pretty impressive.
And
And
the
you
chain
look at
doesn't
these
fall
bikes,
off.
you know people are like riding them off-road, taking them.
Well, a guy came in, there's a bike here, 13,000 miles on it.
Whoa.
Came in for some service. The guy had it for a few years. That's exciting.
We are in Boulder. I mean, I look at your logo and stuff.
I don't think it was a Boulder.
He was somewhere else.
Somewhere else.
And that's right. So
his
if
primer.
someone buys one of these through the website, you ship them the bike, and then they do a few like adjustments themselves. And how does that
the
work?
bike's basically assembled. You have to put the front wheel on, turn the handlebars, and put the pedals on, and you're ready to ride.
Pretty standard. Great.
It's half an hour. So these are just parts. We're a custom builder.
Wow. Look at that.
We're gonna walk back into the catacombs.
I'm getting a special tour backstage.
Backstage.
Look at those lights. These things are super bright. Thanks.
Now these, if you can see them on the camera, these are some of the custom different paint jobs we've done over the years. We usually keep some extra fenders that when they're done. So.
The standard colors look kind of like silver or white, blue, red. Is that kind of?
Yeah, that's the 4 standard colors.
And if you want, you can have like a custom job, right? And how much does that usually go for? It's like depends on the complexity, right?
It's about $2,000 to $3,000 for a gunslinger custom paint job, and they can go up from there. They've done Harleys that cost $50,000.
Wow.
So they look at ours as cheap stuff.
And they're right out of Golden too,
Yeah,
so
down the road.
kind of local. That's nice.
Yeah, we try and do a lot of local.
Here we go. Oh man, even
this is
more. Okay, so what's in here?
This is our shipping and receiving and our testing room.
Okay.
We do a lot of testing at Optibike. So you can see those are swing arms that have come in, and there's some frames. Each frame when they come in, as I said, they're made here in the States. But when we get them in, we have to inspect them before we send them off to paint because we make sure they're up to specification.
Got it.
So there's more parts here, and you can see fenders, electronics, motors.
Oh, cool. Can I
come in?
look at that? Oh man,
stick clip.
Oh, sorry. Top secret. I can edit that out. We'll cut that out.
And we do a lot of testing because so every battery that comes in here, we fully cycle it when we first get it. We built our own battery testers. Actually, my son Nicholas did that, and this is capable of a 100 amp discharge. We built it because we couldn't really find one, and it does cyclic testing and tests all the cells.
Okay.
We can manage and verify all the cells.
Wow.
These are external batteries that are sitting here waiting to be tested or testing.
What's the size on those again? Because that was...
Those are they're up to 20 amp hours for 37 volt.
Wow.
21 amp hours.
Gee, I mean, that's what we were talking about on the R8. You can like double your range with that thing. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we test the battery. If that's all good, then we assemble. We test the motor. We build the motor. We burn in the motor. We disassemble it. And we check it again. And then the motor and the battery and then when the electronics come in, they're all tested and checked and programmed because we have our software in there. When they're all done, we put them together here and we run them on a benchtop dyno. We have our Optilink software, which we could fire up, but it connects to the bike with a USB, and that gives us the data of the bike, tells us what's going on.
I got to zoom in on this. This is pretty amazing. A bench dyno?
Yeah, so bench dyno. So we're able to simulate a load. So we test all the components, make sure everything's working, and then when that's done, we put it in the bike, and we assemble it, and then we bring the bikes here. We don't have any now, and we put them on these dynos, which are standard track stands.
Yep.
And then we run them again, hooked to the Optilink, where we log the whole performance profile of it.
Interesting.
So we're sure that that bike is all up to spec, and then we actually ride them too. So
cool.
We're a custom builder here, and when you order a bike, we know you by name, and that bike is built to your specifications and shipped to your address. So it's a very unique experience. Doesn't happen much.
Yeah.
We're also unique at Optibike because we actually own all our technology. We developed all our technology, and we build the bikes. If you look at other companies, they're buying technology from different people.
Kind of piecemeal, fitting it together.
And so our bikes are unique, and everything on them is built just to accomplish the one goal of making the best bikes.
That's awesome. Well, I'm really impressed. I mean, just being able to manage all of this, and you said since 2006?
Yeah, that was our first year of production.
Yeah, man, it seems like you've been growing, and again, with the sim technology that we saw earlier, it's really exciting to think about kind of what's next. Did you want to show the gallery in the front again, or?
Yeah. Oh, I want to talk about sim a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So we go out and look at a sim while I talk.
Cool.
Because
yeah, it's fine.
sim is really an accumulation of all my years of doing electric bikes and what we've learned in the market. So I don't think I talked about why, kind of the sim.
This is pretty.
What's unique about it. So this is a kind of towny sim.
Yep.
So we can put these in a lot of different places. But the sim was designed to simplify electric bike riding. You don't have batteries and things everywhere. Everything's in one little unit. And it makes it very simple and robust to ride. And we just learned this over years of making electric bikes and talking to people. Now the sim doesn't have the power of other bikes, but it's a good, it's the highest power in their class.
Yeah.
And it's just great for riding around town. If you want to be a real monster, then you get a big Optibike.
Take it to the next level.
The big brother,
And I think your scales are sort of off, right? Because this is a 500 watt geared hub motor. I mean, that's 600 watt.
We call it low power.
Oh my god!
You're an Optibike. That's low power.
That's the low end of the spectrum. That's like the highest on some of the other.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But we're performance. We're about performance here. And what we didn't talk about is our new phone interface in the sim, which also being the Optibikes coming next year, is that there's a Bluetooth interface that goes to your phone, iPhone or Android, and it spits the data out, and then your phone transmits to the cloud, where we can see what your battery's doing.
Cool.
So it's a really great device. So if you're having any troubles with your bike, we can see it.
What about if your kid gets lost? Can you say, well, hey, he's down the street right there?
If he's on the Optibike.
Well, we don't know where he is, but his bike's broken.
And he has a phone. But it's really a breakthrough in making electric bikes easy and with a service that's never been done before. And we're the first company in the world to adopt this.
That's awesome.
And so it's going to be really exciting 2014. And one of the things that we do is, since we make all our components, when we ride them, we are driving it to that perfect performance.
Yeah.
We're not having to put up with something we bought from a supplier.
Yeah.
So that's a refinement you don't get in other bikes. Everything's working together, like whether it be a derivative power control, controlling the power, and we tune that just right to get the best performance.
Cool. Well, okay, I have one more question. I noticed this when we came in earlier. It's like a wall of Optibike owners living the dream. I want to hear like a funny story, or do you have any stories? Okay.
I got DeMarcus Ware. So
that guy.
One day we got a call from his agent.
Okay.
And he says, DeMarcus Ware, he wants an electric bike.
And he's the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet, yeah.
And he goes, he doesn't usually pay for anything.
Okay.
But he wants to buy a bike, and he'll buy a bike from you.
Sweet.
And so he actually bought one, and I went down there and filmed with him, and we did an interview. But he's the nicest guy. I mean, super nice guy. Really enjoys his bike.
Yeah. And it looks like it's custom painted there.
Yeah,
right?
he had a custom paint. And Gunslinger was really happy to do that. There was a Dallas Cowboys fan there who painted this up for him. And they were really excited to do that. But we got a lot of flack because DeMarcus wasn't wearing a helmet.
Oh.
And, it's hard to tell a guy that plays football for life that riding an electric bike's dangerous.
Yeah. But you got to be good example for the kids, right?
Yeah,
I mean, even I've got my helmet here.
Yeah, but he runs into people for a living, so.
Yeah, it's awesome. That is very cool. Well, again, Jim, this has been a real pleasure. I appreciate the time. There we go. Here we are, taking the day at Optibike. Check out the reviews. Check out their site, optibike.com.
Yes.
Right? Okay, sweet.